First up, I'd like to, I guess we'll start out with how many people know what EGL means? Can we show of hands here? Okay, for the rest of you who don't know what it means, EGL stands for Elegant Gothic Lolita, and it's a term that's used as, it's kind of like calling Kleenex or tissues Kleenex. It's actually sort of a brand name, but in America, EGL has become synonymous with Gothic and Lolita style. And that's why our panel is called EGL instead of Gothic and Lolita, because EGL, when people think Gothic and Lolita in America, they think EGL, and when they do searches on Google, they type in EGL.
And if you do try to look up EGL on Google, you will not come up with very much what you're looking for. You'll get a lot of technical things, lots of lighting source companies and things like that, and you'll get like the live journal community, and that's it. You'd probably be better off typing in Elegant Gothic Lolita.
Gothic and Lolita is a style from Japan, obviously, and it comes out of the J-rock movement. And so it's like, most American subculture styles, goth, punk, it comes out of the music and out of the scene. And a lot of people think it's just kind of a fashion, but it does have a subculture behind it. And so it's, through anime and stuff, it's become popular in America. And basically, Gothic and Lolita it's like Japanese people doing goth style, but they do it in a different way than we do it in the West. And the Lolita doesn't, a lot of people think it means, in America, Lolita has a connotation of like little girls and little girls being very sexual. And really all it means is young girl. Like Lolita only refers to the age and like looking young, not anything sexual about it at all. And the Gothic and Lolita scene is, there's Lolitas and there's Gothic, and then there's Gothic Lolitas and there's sweet Lolitas. And so Gothic and Lolita really is kind of a catch-all for the entire Japanese goth scene.
Yes. We should also clear up that EGL and EGA are both coined by Mana. I think many of you know who that is. But they're strictly his terms. He really did coin them. When people speak about Gothic and Lolita, it's Gothic and Lolita, not Elegant Gothic and Lolita.
In fact, in Japan, it's usually referred to Gasurori or Amarori for sweet Lolitas. And EGL, which is Elegant Gothic Lolita, and EGA, which is Elegant Gothic Aristocrat, are specifically for Mana's brand. And other than that, in Japan, they never refer to the style as that at all. Basically, we've already said that there's Gothic Lolita and sweet Lolita, and there's a difference. And a lot of people, we have this argument in the EGL community on LiveJournal all the time about, well, this is sweet Lolita, this is Gothic Lolita, this is classic Lolita, this is country Lolita. And really, it's all the same thing. It all falls into the same category. It's just, are you wearing pink stuff or are you wearing black stuff? And you can mix and match the styles. People in America want them to be very cut and dry, and they're really not. And so sweet Lolita is more,
Sweet Lolita is just that. It's very sweet, very pink, very fluffy, very girly.
In light blue, light pink, white, lace, ribbons, strawberries, berries, bows, And then Gothic Lolita has a lot of the same elements. It still has the poofy dresses, it still has bows and stuff, but it tends to be black and white or black on black.
Yeah, black on burgundy, all very dark colors.
We were going to talk about where you can find this style in America, where you can find references. I guess we start out with a lot of people may have heard of the Gothic and Lolita Bibles, Gothic and Lolita handmade books. And those books, you should be able to find them in the dealer's room this weekend. You can also find them online if you search for them. We have a list of links that will be available at the end of the panel, and there's sites on there that you can go and find scans from the Bibles. And then we also have some links to some American stores. And unfortunately in America, there's very few people who focus on Lolita at all. There's a lot of people who think they're doing it, but they're doing it completely wrong, and so it's this kind of American bastardization of Lolita style. And I can think of, there's supertech.com, Delirium Kawaii, In the Starlight.
Your mother wouldn't like it.
And then there's also eBay, which eBay has some independent people who they don't necessarily have online stores, but they're regular eBay sellers. And if you just type in Gothic Lolita, then their stuff will come up, although you have to be careful about buying on eBay because some of those people's stuff is really bad.
But also, leading into this, there's also the greatness of Hot Topic. Hot Topic has recently come out with 2 dresses that are very gothic and Lolita-esque, but they really require quite a bit of work. We were hoping somebody would come dressed in the Hot Topic dress. I don't think I saw anybody, which is kind of surprising.
I saw a lot of them at ODCon, like everybody had on the same dress. It was really bad. The one dress, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. We had a picture, but you know. It looks like an angelic pretty dress, and angelic pretty is one of the major brands in Japan, and people wear it completely wrong because, like, on the Hot Topic website, they don't have a blouse under it. They show it with any stockings. She's wearing some terrible shoes with it, and, you know. And so people all wear it wrong. People look at that and they go, "Oh, this is gothic Lolita," but they don't understand anything else that goes with it. And there's a lot of essentials to gothic Lolita that Americans kind of miss, like. Your skirt really should be poofy. If you're going to wear a gothic Lolita skirt, you should have a petticoat on underneath it. Otherwise, it just kind of hangs and looks kind of silly, like you don't know what you're doing.
A lot of people seem to think that, you know, hey, look, it's a skirt, it's got some lace on it. It must be Lolita. And then they come and they post their pictures online, and then they wonder why, you know, we're ripping into them and telling them, no, it's not Lolita. Lolita skirts have very, very specific shape and form. And
people also miss the fact that Lolita is a conservative style. It's not about, you know, showing off all you have. It's not about low-cut dresses and, you know, like sort of the Renaissance Festival corsets with the boobs popping out of the top. It's not about that at all. You know, it's about looking like an elegant doll, you know, or looking like an elegant Victorian little girl. It's not about being a slut. And so, and a lot of times in America, people get it wrong, and that's why the Hot Topic dresses are so bad, is because people look at it and they, you know, it sounds silly, oh, well, you shouldn't have to wear a blouse under it if you don't want to, but that's part of the style, you know, wearing as much as you really can to cover up everything. And because it's such a formal style, people are always like, well, I don't want to wear all that stuff, and I like the style, but, you know, I just don't want to wear a petticoat, and I don't want to wear all those accessories. And it's like, well, if you don't want to, then don't do the style. You know, it's like a goth showing up at a goth club and, you know, not having her dread falls in and, you know, in blue jeans, exactly. Blue jeans and a black shirt that says I'm a goth. You know? And so, you know, a lot of people miss, they'll buy a dress, but then they miss the accessories. They miss little things like earrings and hair things. We have, a lot of people ask, you know, I don't have very much money, and I'm in college, and I don't have any money, and can you make me like a beautiful Lolita dress for like $20? Or where can I get a whole Lolita outfit? I'm going to an anime convention this weekend. I need an outfit, and I only have $50. And it's kind of a ridiculous question because it is a style based in, I mean, it's kind of snobby almost. It's, you know, it's about looking like you have a lot of money. It's looking like an aristocrat from the Victorian era. And that doesn't imply cheap in any way. And it's not that you can't do it for cheap if you pick the right things, but, you know, you should expect to spend money on it and not just have some terrible cosplay-looking satin thing. You know, furthers the notion that it's all this stuff mixes together. The gothic stuff in Japan, the Lolita stuff in Japan, and the punk stuff in Japan, it all mixes together. You know, people have this idea that it's very cut and dry and that, you know, punk stuff isn't Lolita, and that, you know, the weird visual kei stuff is not Lolita. But it all kind of just falls in together. Victorian Maiden is proof that you can do more mature styles because they're not so frilly and poofy. They have, you know, you can wear the shorter skirts still because people think that once they get to be like, you know, I don't know, like 20 or something, they have to wear really long skirts to come to their ankles. And you can get away with the Lolita style still, you just have to do it in a little less poofy, you know, pink frills everywhere sort of way.
So Victorian Maiden is very good for the older crowd who want to do Lolita and they want to wear the poofy skirts, but they want to look more mature at the same time.
So if there's anybody like that in here, checking out Victorian Maiden would be the way to go and seeing what their style is.
Actually, we were hoping that if there were any Lolitas in the crowd, that they would come up for us and kind of show off their outfit because we have such a long time.
If you think you're wearing a Lolita outfit, which I see a lot of you, then I guess please come up here.
Pretty please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Katie, come up here. Judith, come up here.
Josh, come up here.
Okay, there's more of you, but we'll take this for now. Okay. All right, what we wanted to do was get people who were in the audience who had come and ask them basically what inspired them to do their Lolita style and how they came upon it, because I think it's fun to share how people came to it and where they get their inspiration from. So, and you know, if any of you are familiar with fruits, they always ask the point of fashion. So please none of you say berries or black. Okay, so say your name and your, what style you think you are, and so on.
All right, my name is Ellie. I am Ellie and I'm a cosplayer. I bought this petticoat because I really liked it. And then my friend James over in the corner there filming everything is wonderful in Lolita style. And I asked him, please make me something that looks really good with this. And he did. So that's where I am. I don't know what kind of Lolita I am. I'm the kind that just dress me up.
Well, actually, when you came up here, I always thought it was good because there's a lot of stuff going on. We didn't mention this yet, but with a mixture of traditional Japanese style and then also a mixture of traditional Chinese style and Lolita. And the Chinese mixing, and here we have a wall Lolita, which is wall Lolita is Japanese style mixed with Loli style, and then key Lolita is Chinese style mixed with Lolita style. And so this would be a good example of key Lolita, because it's got the mandarin color and, you know, petticoat and so on.
I'm Caitlin, and this is Shelly, and we're kind of matching here. I really liked this Mary Magdalene dress that was like this. So I decided to make one myself, and we decided to match. And she's going as a Cadona, the boy style of Lolita. And I guess our point of fashion is matching. So.
Should we mention that Caitlin is a moderator in the DVL community, and she's current affiliate. Like, I got the vest and the pants are both like Pirates of the Caribbean colonial style pattern, and you know, if you just do it the right way, you can make it look kind of like how you want it to, and you can alter it so that it fits you perfectly, so you may not have to spend so much money, and you can save money and spend it on a nice fabric maybe. That's a really good point, actually. A lot of people are always asking, where can I find a pattern for Gothic Lolita clothes? Because the ones that come from Japan, there's these books called Gothic and Lolita Handmade, and they have extra small, small, medium, and extra large, extra large. But the problem is that a Japanese size extra large is like an American size 8 or 9. And so most people, and then even then, like the torso is usually too short that, you know, a waist, something that's supposed to be right at the waist hits like right under your breasts, and you know, it doesn't work out so well. And so you can find, if you just use a little imagination, you can go to the fabric store and, you know, look through Simplicity, look through McCall's, even look at costume patterns and kind of think, does that have the right lines? And then you can leave off some of the stupid details they have or add ones of your own and add lace in the right places, and you'll come up with something very nice.
I have a comment. I do a lot of sewing, actually, design. If you take the pattern that's about 4 or 5 sizes too small, if you scan the pattern shape into the computer, you put it on a grid, and you have the grid enlarge it, and you can print it out on the computer to the correct size.
Yeah, we try to tell people to do things like that, and most people, like, the problem is that if you're a pro, or if you've been sewing for a long time, that's really easy to do, because I've done things like that as well. Or I've even just done it visually, where I just kind of do it by sight. But for people who are just beginning to sew, they can't be told to size something up. They have to, you know, be told, okay, this pattern is going to come out to be my size, you know. And although that is a really good comment, if you are more experienced seamstress, then you can scale up some of the Japanese patterns and, you know, add a little link to them here and there. Give them a hand. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Judith, and I am wearing Ama Loli, and I actually I didn't really commission this, but I bought it from Supertech, and she's really, really good. Everything is, you know, custom made to your sizing and, you know, prompt service and all that great stuff. But I just like to mention that if you do buy from people, you have to be very careful because I purchased one item, which basically destroyed, buying from anybody else who wasn't reputable. But I got this headdress, and basically when I picked it out, the cramped envelope, it was the most unfinished thing ever. Like, I could have done it with my eyes shut and done a better job. So like if you actually do want to buy something, you would want close-ups of their work and how the garment's constructed. And now I actually ask for seams. So something to keep in mind because I think nothing's more disappointing than receiving an item that's not up to par, especially when you've been looking forward to it in the mail. But yeah, and point of fashion, I really don't know. But I'll just say it's sweet Lolita, so that's about it.
James is also a moderator in the UJL community. Somehow we got like all of them here. It's weird. She's safe.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and this is actually cosplay for Cornelia from Shadow Hearts 2, and she's a doll, like a marionette, that, and you get, in the game you get different little outfits, little Lolita outfits for, and I really like the color blue in it, and so I really wanted to make it. And I'm not sure if this is qualified as Lolita.
Well, it brings up the point that Lolita has become so popular in Japan that it's pretty pervasive in video games and manga. And so we do see a lot of people who are truly cosplaying who look like Lolitas, but they're not exactly Lolitas. Like, that's not their fashion. They are just cosplaying. Like, I assume you don't wear Lolita stuff on a regular basis, but you're cosplaying it, which is really cool. So, and it's a cute cosplay. Thank you.
I'm Josh, and hello. And I'm doing the Gothic dandy style. It's one of the other boy styles, based off of Neo-Victorian fashion. And other than that, that's about it.
That's it. The fashion is right.
The point of fashion is valid.
My name is Becky, and I commissioned this outfit to be made for seller on eBay because she helped me figure it out, and I like to have the traditional Japanese mixed in with the Lolita kind of style, and I can't remember what kind of town called it.
It's called Lolita.
Okay, yes.
Well, basically, it's Japanese.
So, yes, that's all.
Thank you. Would you like to be immersed? You can come be immersed if you want.
Why not? Yeah.
Hi. Well, more people here than I thought.
It's okay, just, pretend you're all naked or something.
Look, please. Sorry. My name's Alicia. Basically, I've been called Gothic aristocrat, and I don't know if that's necessarily true. But as you may have guessed, I have a thing for plaid, so I wanted to make a whole design based on a picture of Kana that I saw in the Gothic Lolita magazine.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually a good example of the Japanese punk style where they do the skirts over the pants with the plaid and stuff. And that stuff mixes in very well with Lolita, so it works. I'm not sure it's EGA, but it works. Yeah. Thank you.
We decided we'd do ourselves too, since we embarrassed everybody else. I'm doing more of an aristocratic style because Lolita just doesn't look good on me. And I should point that out. Some people can't really do Lolita very well, and then they figure that out and they start dressing with the longer skirts, more fitted blouses and things, and they're like, wow, look, I can do aristocratic really easy. Yeah, it works. My point of fashion is corset. Yay, corset.
And, well, mine is more of a Lolita style, and basically, I really like corsets, and so many people argue that corsets just aren't Lolita, and a lot of times people do corsets with Lolita clothes, and it ends up looking more like American Goth than Lolita. But if you have a corset done correctly, like in something like this that's more cute and, polka dots or like flowers or white or even black, so long as you have like a matching skirt and everything looks like it's supposed to flow together, then it works out. And like, really the point of this outfit is to prove that it can be done. And so I commissioned this corset and I made the rest of it, and so the point of fashion is also corset, but polka dot corset.
It's a really good point, fashion too.
They see other people, but I don't want to like embarrass you. So like, if you don't want to come here, you don't have to.
See, last year we actually called people up and we made all the Chi cosplayers stand up, and it was really interesting.